everyone, thank you so much for joining me once again. My name is Grace Efesokai, and I created this channel called Converse with Gracie so that I could have conversations. I love to have good conversations with my friends, with strangers, anyone basically. So I created a channel so that I could have these conversations with you about anything, basically, like anything, like maybe books you've read, places you've visited, an experience, or something that is currently happening. And I'm hoping that in the long run or very soon, I'm going to have like maybe my friends or some guests come here to discuss and have conversations with you as well. So thank you so much for your engagement in my first video where I talked about culture shocks that I've experienced living abroad, and my second video, and this is going to be my third video. So I'm so excited about today's conversation. So why am I excited? Last year I actually started, like, every month I just pick a random country and then I check for books about that country and then I read about them. So last year I read a book on Saudi Arabia about the prince Mohammed bin Salam. It's a very great book. Like, if you want me to talk about that book, let me know in the comment section. I can actually do like a video where we can discuss it deeply and discuss the country Saudi Arabia as well. Then I read on Israel. I think that was called The Startup Nation. It's a very good book. Actually very it's a book that will educate you about Israel and just generally the country generally, and how they've evolved, how they have like the highest startup per capita in the world. So last month I was talking to a friend about, I think about the genocide in Rwanda. So I was like, I need to know, there's a movie inside Hotel Rwanda. I don't think I ever watched that movie. So I watched it, where it was talking about the genocide in Rwanda and how some people sought refuge in this Hotel de Mills Collins. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. So when I watched the movie, I was like, oh nice, hotel manager, great. I'm not like, let me even check where the hotel manager is today. So his name is Paul Rusesabagina. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. And when I checked, I realized that okay, he now lived in the US. However, he went on a trip, and I think from Dubai. So the airline was like, oh, we need to put you on a smaller plane, not knowing that it was going to be, he was technically kidnapped and taken to Rwanda, where he has been arrested, is in jail, and is facing charges for terrorism. So let me give you a backstory about Rwanda. So Rwanda is an East African country. It's densely populated. It's so, to show you how small Rwanda is like 4% the size of Texas. Just to put it in context, how Rwanda is so small. And oh God, I don't know how to, I feel so sad talking about this, but the genocide that happened in 1994, it happened for like 100 days, where they had the Hutus and the Tutsis. So the Tutsis are like the minorities, and then there was this, the main aim of the genocide was to wipe out all the Tutsis in the country. And so a lot of people were killed, like close to 1 million people were killed. And some people sought refuge at the Hotel de Mills Collins and other places as well. But the movie was basically about people that sought refuge in the hotel. And the hotel manager, Paul is a Hutu. I think his wife is Tutsi. And a lot of Tutsis came to the hotel to seek refuge. So when I read the book, when I watched the movie and I saw this book, so I read about this book, I was like, okay, let me read it. But the book was saying that the reviews were like, or the synopsis was basically trying to like counter every claim that was put in the movie by the Hollywood producers. So I took this book. So the name of the book is Inside the Hotel Rwanda: The Surprising True Story and Why It Matters Today. The name of the author is Edouard Kayihura. God, the names I can't pronounce these names. I got this book from the library. So the book was particularly talking about how Paul wasn't the hero that he was as portrayed in the movie. So the Edward is a Tutsi, and he sought refuge in the hotel, and he talked about how even the food that was donated by Red Cross, so Paul was even selling those food to the refugees in the hotel. And then there was a time where they didn't even have money. Paul arranged for a bank official from the bank to come to the hotel so that the refugees, with the small money that they they must get their money by all means. So a lot of things that were said in the book, and I just think that the Hollywood movie, they should have put a disclaimer, because yeah, they had a lot of facts in the book, countering every claim by the movie. I just felt like even the Hollywood, I know fine, they're there to make money, make profits, but they should have put like a disclaimer, like, oh, this is not really what happened, or this was based on a true story. However, there is some fiction aspect to it. But after the movie, Paul became like a hero. He was interviewed by Oprah. He started going for like, calling him to give speeches across the US, and he was making money. I think he was charging like nothing less than 15K for a session, $15,000. And he created an NGO. He became this hero, and Edward and other people, according to him, are like, nah, this guy was a fraudster and all of that. So well, Paul is currently facing trial in Rwanda, and I don't know how the story is going to end. Well, it's just reading about the genocide. I felt so much sadness. See, war is very costly. Like when you talk about war, you talk about how you lose everything. Like you're just running for your life. There's no peace of mind. You don't even know what's going to happen next. You see people lose all their family members, and a lot of course, there's going to be sexual violence against the women. So it was really starting about the genocide. So I really understood more about the country, and also I read this one. I won't really call it a book, but it's a book anyways. So there was an interviewer that interviewed Paul Kagame. So Paul Kagame is the current president of Rwanda, and I think he's been in power for over 20 years. Yeah, over 20 years now. But from what we can see, there's no politician that is a saint in the world. I can say that again, like there is no politician that is a saint in the world. So Paul may have his own vices, but he has done a pretty good job of reconciling the country. Because imagine that small sized country losing over 1 million, and how right now in Africa, Rwanda is like, according to the World Bank, Rwanda is like the second best country to do business with. So like it's just really great how Rwanda has really achieved a lot. And there is a YouTuber, his name is Wode Maya. I'm going to put his link down below. Like, he used to visit like African countries, and he does like videos, and he visited Rwanda, and I was just amazed that, man, this was a country that faced a genocide in 1994, and this is how the country has evolved over the years. Like, the country is doing so well for themselves, even though I have questions like how does it feel like for somebody, maybe somebody was 10 years old at the time, and the girl or boy lost his or her family members. How do they, I know fine, countries doing well, economically, they're really making progress, they're trying to encourage tourism. The country is making so much money from tourism. They even partnered with Arsenal, some kind of PR project for the country. It's really great. But like, how did people losing a loved one or losing loved ones and friends, how were they able to move past that? Something that although I don't want to read any book about Rwanda again, because after reading this one, I was just too emotional after the book. But it's a great book if you want to read. If you have watched the movie Inside Hotel Rwanda, you can actually get this one as well and try to like compare what the book is saying and what the movie portrayed. But it's a great book, and I'll put the videos for Wode Maya so you can see more about Rwanda. So what do you think? Do you have any Rwandese friend? What have you had any conversation with someone about the genocide? Have you read any book about Rwanda? Let me know in the comment section. And also, I'm still doing my country focused readings, so let me know, recommend any book that maybe you read about, any book that you really liked, that after you read that book you felt like you learned so much about a country. Please let it be fiction and non-fiction is fine for me, so far as the book is engaging and you like it. Let me know in the comment section. And if you want me to do like let me know what you want me to also talk about, like what kind of books would you. I've read a lot of books like fiction and non-fiction. Do you want me to talk about the Saudi Arabian prince? I don't know why I really love that book, and so reading so many things about Saudi Arabia. So if you want me to talk about it, we can actually discuss that. So I don't think I really did like a thorough discussion about Rwanda, because I felt it makes me very emotional and sad. But although right now the country is making progress, but maybe the next book we'll actually talk about the country and talk about the book itself. So let me know in the comment section. And please, I appreciate you commenting, engaging with this video in the comment section. So I really appreciate you, and thank you so much for watching. Till when next we come again, have a wonderful day or wonderful week ahead. Thank you so much.